I put them in my PowerPoint, okay? Now, sometimes the really rich questions just bubble up. So these are not magic questions, you know, but they are questions that I want to make sure that you understand before we go forward. All right? So, looking at the very first problem, which is what does it involve? I gave my paper to Sarah. Pizza and cheese. All right, so how did you represent 9/5 cup of cheese? Hang on, I have to ask somebody. Brandon, how did y'all represent 9/5 cups of cheese? What rods did you use? 9?
For that one, we use the yellow rod.
Okay, so 9/5 is not, you know, that's like 1 4/5.
You've been the very first one, right?
I can't make mixed numbers there because I don't have my math type software on that computer. So it's 1 4/5 cup. How did you create that with your cubes, with your rods?
Oh, we use the, I use the white one for that one.
Okay, how many white rods?
Total at the end of the day, my answer.
For 1 4/5 cup.
Oh, we're gonna use one of the white rod.
Okay, and
It's yellow.
what was 1 cup? What represented 1 cup in that problem? It told you on the paper.
The white, oh, the yellow one, which is 5, yeah.
Okay, the yellow represents 1 cup. So now, how did you represent 1 4/5 cup?
Yeah, for the white one. Or you
And?
can use, this one, so, 2 reds.
Okay, so you had 4 of the white ones and that was all? Lots of 2 in there.
Yes, 1 of the yellow and then 4 of the white.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
1 yellow rod and 4 white rods. Or he said he could have used 1 yellow rod and 2 red rods. Could anybody represent it differently? Hey, Tanya, how did you do that?
The green rod?
No, okay.
It could have been the purple too.
What could have been the purple?
The 4/5.
The 4/5. You would have 1 yellow and 1 purple rod for 1 4/5. Did anybody represent it differently? Kobe, your hand was up and down.
Well, I had a question. And I'm not trying to nitpick with you, but you know that once you use I guess later on you had to simplify with the white and the purple. Okay, so that's why you went ahead and made it easier at the beginning using the yellow and the purple, yellow and the purple, yellow and the purple. Then, when you started to find out how many cups of cheese and all, then you had to simplify at
One
least.
of them,
Yeah, okay,
Had to break down one.
okay.
Had to exchange. Okay. All right. So how did you determine the amount of cheese for 3 pizzas, Brenda?
Sorry, I was trying to do the other stuff.
Okay, I'll go on if you want me to.
Thank you.
Pamela.
We did one orange and 4 whites plus 1 orange plus 4 whites plus 1 orange and 4, yellow and 4 whites, yellow and 4 whites, yellow and 4 whites.
So how many yellow total?
3,
3 total yellows, and how many white rods?
12.
12 white rods.
Yes.
Okay, so they used 3 yellow
3
rods
yellows.
and 12 white rods. Anybody do it differently?
Then we exchanged them out
To what?
to 5 yellow and 2 white.
5 yellow and 2 white. Did anybody end up with a different result for that? Everybody used 5 yellow and 2 white. What did we just do when we exchanged that? This is a teacher to teacher. What did we just do? Simplified, and we also regrouped. So we're changing like mixed and improper to mixed, that big thing that's really kind of hard for some kids.
Yes.
Okay? So now they can see it visually. So we did that. We did that. So what is 12/5 as a mixed number using your rods? How would you represent 12/5 as a mixed number using your rods? Hang on. Is that a question or an answer? Yes, sir. Still the same one, the same yellow as one. Okay, Elizabeth, do you have an answer?
Is that it? Okay, so then 2 yellows and 1 red, isn't it red?
That group used 2 yellow rods and 1 red rod. Did anybody represent it differently? Let me get Jen first.
We did 2 yellow rods
Mhm.
and 2 single white.
White rods. So 2
Units
yellow
of
rods and
white
2
rods.
white rods. Anybody do it differently? Toby?
I used, 1, 2, I used red and white
Okay.
rods. And I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 4. Oh, wrong problem? Okay, no, I was checking a problem.
Okay.
The last problem.
Thank you,
My bad.
sir. Okay, so check your partner, make sure they do have a drawing where it says pictorial, okay? I'm gonna take these up, this is the test grade.
You can see.
Alright. Okay, very nice. So now we're gonna go on to the next problem, which has to do with minutes and a CD, I believe. So the first question is, how did you represent 2 1/2 minutes, Quentin?
I believe on this one, we,
What's your unit? On the paper.
no. Oh, in minutes. The unit measurement?
I'm sorry, what rod represents one?
No, I understand. I'm trying to remember, because I think I did this one. I want to say I used, the orange ones to represent the full,
Minute?
yeah.
Okay.
And then, for the half, but since we ran out of orange ones, we played the imagination game and pretended that a dark green one and a purple one were orange as well,
Okay, because?
because we did not have enough orange rods
So why
to,
can you use a purple and a dark green?
because that would be 10 units long.
That would be the same unit, I
Yes.
believe. Okay, so how did you represent 2 1/2 minutes?
This is 1/2 minutes.
Okay, so he has 1 orange, a purple and a dark green together, which is equivalent to the length of 1 orange, and a yellow. Why the yellow?
Because it is 5 units long, which is half of the full orange.
The full 10.
Full 10.
Okay, good. Anybody do it differently? Okay. So, how did you determine the number of minutes that were in 4 songs? Who have I not called on yet? Alyssa, I don't think I ever called on you. Okay. Now's your chance.
What I did, well, we didn't have enough orange either, so I did 2 of the orange rods and 1 of the yellow, and I added that 4 times. I multiplied it.
Okay, so you ended up with how many orange rods?
In total, I ended up with
10 orange rods,
Which would be 10 minutes.
10 minutes. And any part of a minute?
No.
You just came out an even 10 minutes. Anybody else did something differently? Rochelle, you have something different?
We have
10 minutes?
That's our answer.
2, 4, yes, 10 minutes.
Okay, good. All right, so we're gonna go through the rest of this quickly. I just wanted you to see how you would debrief this. Okay, I appreciate that y'all were exchanging. I think I heard a group yesterday saying we can't do this because we have enough orange. And somebody else said, well, we can exchange and that's a good problem-solving situation. And one person even said that I do things like that on purpose so that you will have to learn how to do that exchange, which is absolutely true. You want your kids to not be handed everything that they need. You want them to have to think about how to fix things that they don't have so that they can use them. And it's Cuisinart rods, that's real easy to do because they do have a relationship. pattern blocks are also easy. So, we're gonna go on. Well, the last one. If you combine the orange and the yellow rods, how many minutes in all would the CD last? Is that the 10 minutes? Okay, so moving on to the last one, we have meters of streamer. So how did you represent 1 meter of a streamer? Ashley?
Yellow.
Yellow, you used yellow. Did anybody use something different? What was given to you?
2 yellows.
Nothing. It didn't tell you what to
Well, we
use.
have a denominator.
You have a
We have
denominator?
how many parts in a whole?
But it's still out.
What is the denominator?
5.
You have a denominator here of 5, right? So which rods would make sense to use?
Yellow.
The yellow, because that's 5 in length. We could use a different one. What else could we use? We could use the orange. So now we're talking about common denominators, factors, and multiples. The kids don't know it yet, but that's where you're headed with this. Okay? Common denominators, factors, and multiples. All right? So what did y'all use, Ashley?
Use the yellow for 1,
Okay?
and then I use the white,
For
the parts of the whole, 2/5.
okay, so we're on this question. You have how many, what did you use to represent the whole number 2?
Oh, 2 yellows.
2 yellows, and to represent the 2/5?
Oh, the white.
How many?
Oh, I'm sorry. 2.
2 whites.
Two
Okay.
whites.
So we answered that. So what would 6 whites represent in your problem?
Wait, 6 whites?
6 whites.
1 and 1/5.
1 and 1/5. You agree with her, Kim?
Yes.
Why?
The yellow is 5,
Mhm.
and one more is 1/4.
Thank you. Very good. You could teach math tomorrow, couldn't you?
No, ma'am.
Yes, you could. All right, so now we're through with that page, okay? That was actually a warm-up to what we're going to do now. Okay, so that was just getting you used to the Cuisinart rods, getting you used to exchanging, all of that. And I can't talk above you, so please don't talk while I'm talking. So now we're gonna do this, party punch. A punch recipe makes 3 1/2 quarts of punch. If John's mother makes 2 1/2 recipes of punch, how many quarts of punch will there be in all? Let the purple rod equal 1 quart, okay? So you should model it with the Cuisinart rods, and then you should draw it on some paper, and then answer it with numbers, abstract numbers. I don't want you to ever touch